welcome to our meeting this month in September. It's about transportation. We're also going to do photos of nature and the photographer's choice. Come on in and join us and see our conversation about our pictures this month.
And the first one is transportation, the assigned category. It looks like we got a wide variety of stuff. So here is number one coming up.
Oh, that works. Oh, cool.
You got
a couple.
You got three modes of transportation.
Yeah. Now that's a ferry?
That's a ferry.
Where is
Looks like. I'm not sure.
This is, you're standing on the Kentucky side of the Ohio.
Ah,
And
okay.
this is slightly south of Cincinnati. To your back would be the Cincinnati Airport, which is actually in Kentucky. I don't know why, that's how they did it. But that is a ferry that saves you time from going all the way another 10 miles down the road and then across the Ohio on the bridge.
Okay.
That is more
Was that
fun.
sunset?
Excuse me?
Was that sunset?
I don't remember.
Looks like you may have a storm on the way there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of neat how it highlights the cloud and
Yeah,
the
that's trees.
trees.
The trees and clouds, yeah.
Okay. Any other nice comments?
I like the action of the car going
Ah,
down.
number two. Now that is interesting.
That is cool.
That is an interesting angle.
Yeah.
I like that. It's nice and clean and shiny.
That's from leaning out on the side.
I was gonna say, how'd you get that?
You also get reflections in there too.
That's what I liked about the picture particularly, is the reflection.
Reflection.
Yeah. Number three.
Love train photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting because there's, somebody in the picture.
Yeah, well, it gives you a perspective on how big that locomotive is.
Right.
Nice smoke coming out of
Mhm.
the stack.
Smoke kind of makes that shot.
You're right.
Shows it's alive and working and.
That's got reflections too.
Yeah, it surely does.
I like that.
Yeah, the more you look at it, the more you can see them.
Good color, sharp.
Yep.
Nice picture.
Whose photo is that? It's yours? Very cool. Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's
I love that.
Oh my gosh, you can feel that.
Somebody got a great action shot there. Look at that mud all over the place.
Whose is that one? Was that-
That's mine. That's the mud bogs.
Okay.
Mud bog
Okay.
races near, where is it, Camden, Cheryl? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I love the action and the mud all over.
What's to the far right? What's that post with a yellow something? That, yeah.
That's probably probably marking off the course or something.
I can't remember for sure. Do you, Gerald?
I just,
I think it's the starting point.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Boy, did
That
that
is neat.
yes.
You
That-
can
that
even
turned
see
out
through
great,
the
though.
windshield of the helmet.
yeah.
And after all of the vehicles, they start with the small ones, the kids on motorcycles, and then the bigger and more powerful.
So
At
mud.
the end, people take off their shoes and run through it. There's a contest. And they win money.
Okay.
Thank you.
How, it was
It is.
probably hard to figure out the aperture for that one. Or
I don't remember at all what I used.
Well, you get it
They
just
got
right
it,
because
yeah,
you're
picture
slinging
captured
mud all
all
over
right
the place.
stuff.
Yeah.
neat.
Boom.
Oh, cool.
Well, aviation day was fun. I couldn't figure out which one. I said, I like that one because he was looking at me.
Yeah.
That propeller.
You got your motion blur.
Yeah, and on a copter it's a lot harder because they rotate slower than a regular prop plane.
Yeah.
You really,
You have to hit the speed just right then.
yeah, you have to be lucky.
Yeah. But it's got good color in the sky, which amazes me as drab as it was that day. Remember how
Yeah, the grass was not very nice in the pictures. It was so big and yellow,
I mean,
like for the background,
Mhm. That was fun.
Yeah,
They're looking at
I'm
it
not talking about that
next year.
picture, but yeah, overall, it was a dry month.
Mhm. Yeah.
boom.
Another train.
Another train.
Yeah. I found
Trains
a
and
train.
planes and automobiles.
Trains are a good topic.
Yes, they are. And it's good that whoever shot that found that good old steam locomotive. Those are getting harder and harder to find.
So much
Where's that
That
at?
one's in,
detail.
it's right on the Colorado and New Mexico border.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, was that a ride? Were they giving rides? Or was
It's like,
it
no,
the-
they have different, come from two different directions. You can,
Yeah.
goes up and back and forth between Colorado and New Mexico in the mountains. And
Oh,
Oh, that'd
wow.
be fun.
Yeah.
It's different than the one in Clinton, I think, but just go from town back.
Well, I'm gonna date myself. I remember when I was a real little kid, Dad used to take me down the railroad yard down here and watch steam locomotives. In fact, he was a fireman for a couple years on one of them.
They're pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
Well, just we went to the tractor scheme show and they had those like so many gears and buttons and wheels and like, I imagine it's hard to learn it.
This was a good balance between the light and dark.
Yeah.
You can see, you can see a great deal of detail even in the shadows, although the shadows are dark.
You know, everything
Yeah,
worked
I like
great.
the composition of the perspective.
And then the yellow house kind of draws you right to the front of the train.
Mm-hmm.
What software do you use?
mostly Lightroom.
Lightroom?
And I kept this one. But that particular type of aircraft has probably transported more people and cargo than anything else we've seen on the screen. Because the C-47 started out as DC-3s back in the 30s.
My dad would have loved talking about them.
Yeah. And come World War II, they were converted a little bit and turned into C-47s. They flew the hump over in Asia. Those are the ones that all those paratroopers jumped out of on D-Day. And they kept right on going right through Vietnam. It was a AC-47 with minigun on it. And electronics version of it, there was a low and slow spy plane, essentially. And the FAA used to use them to flight check radar, and I can vouch for that, because you know.
That one looked
Well,
pretty good that day.
it's a small airplane, it's slow, and if you're looking for holes, in especially the search radar, you know, they fly down radiuses, and you have to report signal strength and stuff on it. And that's the last one of the assignment. So we will drop down, we will do the nature.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I did crop that elk, but he came right up to the walkway path where we were walking.
Is it a young one?
Yeah, I see.
And when he
Mr.
was getting closer and closer to me, my daughter and I backed off and got out of there. And then he walked in front of some other guys in our tour group. He said, "You just walked right in front of me."
Where was this at, Joe?
That was in Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, yeah. Down by the Mammoth area or someplace else?
We stayed in a lodge. I know it was Indian Lodge. I can't think of the.
Okay.
There's a bunch of lodges. I can't think of the name right now. I mean, we just saw so many places. I was.
That's a good picture.
That was the second one. The first one I saw, I was the first one back on the bus, and I turned around and I saw an elk. I'm going, and then everyone looked what I was pointing at, and you know, people that were behind me. So we all looking off the bus and took pictures. But this guy was right near us, from me to the TV set.
Oh, is that like at the edge of the woods kind
There was a small section of woods and then a clearing and then woods around the clearing, and he was in the clearing when it kind of in the woods and then came through a small section of woods about the size of this, width of this room.
So I was wondering, did you saturate the yellows and greens a little bit?
A little
or-
bit because it was dark and then it blown out. There was-
Yeah, I just wondered if it
Yeah.
was actually that bright or?
No, it
Oh,
was very dark in the shadows and very bright.
Okay, so
and I-
it's an artistic choice.
Mhm.
Cool.
Because in the back where it's yellow, it was like, it was blown out. Even when you look at it, it was blown out because the sun was setting and, you know, where it came through the trees, it would blow everything out in real life and the rest was real dark. And I didn't have a tripod, so.
You did a really good job, I think, of colorizing.
Yeah.
And a tree in his belly.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
No,
goodness.
no.
Give me the look. I'm out of here.
snakes.
What kind of snake?
I don't remember which one. It was in, alligator farm in
Yeah.
Florida. And it was just on the tree, looped over the branch,
Really?
sleeping.
It's an interesting pose. I like it.
That's
Yeah,
great
I've never seen one
composition.
like that before.
Yeah.
Well, we just saw something very similar to that up there at the Lansing Zoo. Same pose.
It looks like it's got one eye out, looking.
I love the crop to that.
Yes.
How it's cropped close. That makes it photo.
Yeah. All right. Whoa.
Oh, pretty nice.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Whose is that?
Nice.
Nice.
You did good work, girl.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, that's,
That's like a bird
that would be
shot.
a picture in and of itself, but you had that little hummingbird down there in the other quadrant.
Wow.
I mean,
Well,
it's,
It's the Hummer is what the picture is.
well, I know that, but,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's
just
got
like
everything.
that. That's, we haven't been doing much traveling, so.
Yeah.
Great picture.
Thank
Always
you.
nice when like the background colors line up too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's, I mean, everything's just,
That's like a 1 in a million shot there.
Well, I keep the big lens on, and even though I was probably only sitting 10 feet away, 10 to 15 feet away. But, so what that green is, in the background, it's all, you know, all blurred out, but that's just, you know, trees and stuff.
Is
okay.
it like a macro?
But it's this is just, it's 100 to 400 zoom.
Okay. That will get the job done.
I would like that. Mine only goes to 350.
I would like to 600, but I can't carry it. I mean, I can get
I got a 400 at home and it has to be on a tripod.
this, at least at the time when I got this lens, it's the Canon mount, and
Yeah.
it was the biggest lens that I could carry. I really liked, there was a Tamron and there was a Sigma that was, I think, 150 to 600, but I couldn't safely get them on and off the camera without setting it on a table, and if you're out in the, you know, taking,
There's no tables.
yeah, so that was,
Did you have to do much in the way of color for that one, or?
no, that, the only thing that I did was, so I denoised it mostly, because in shooting like that, the whole background was real noisy. So I denoised it, and then I did a little dodge, you know, dodging to lighten up some of the areas. But not on the floor, just on the Hummer. And really not very much. That's pretty much how it came out of camera.
Oh,
Ooh, what have we got there?
That's the kind of one you just want to stop and look at for a
Crab
second.
apple leaf? I think.
some kind of leaf.
It was at the Fred Meyer Gardens, just like over the path.
Color back there.
Ooh. Oh.
Getting ready to dance.
Nice composition with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clear and sharp. I wish I could get swans like that.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
nice. Oh.
That's nice and clean.
That's cute. Peekaboo. It's kind of telling a story with that pose.
Whose is that? Oh, cool. Very nice. Got to catch light in the eye. It's always
Yeah.
a big deal to me.
Just
Watkins Lake State Park.
What
Okay.
is it? Do you know?
Not sure.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I always one looking at the bird and they just, I just take the pictures.
Watkins Lake is a good place.
Yeah, it's never been there. It's just a dirt road that goes right between like a small lake and a pond.
Yeah.
And they're just basically on the sides.
Are the eagles still out there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hard to see.
they usually are.
Aw.
Yeah, the only reason I used to ask, I had my 4-year-old grandson, Minor Park Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
carry the camera along and get a few
Sometimes
pictures of
it's
the zoo.
easy and sometimes it's really hard to take pictures of those guys.
Yeah. You can even count all the little hairs on his lip. So, I didn't do anything except crop that one just a touch.
Well, that's a nice placement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, since we're gonna talk about choice next,
Okay.
let's start with this one.
Colorful.
Yes.
Makes me wonder what he's looking at on the umbrella. Or is he hiding?
It was like a rainy day, just goofing
Yeah.
around. But after I took it, I got to look at him like, he coordinated with the umbrella so nice.
The orange.
Yeah.
I would love to see his neck lightened a little.
Okay. I tried to lighten a little bit, but it looked like there was a flash, so I kind of backed it down.
Okay.
But I didn't try, that was his hair. I could have done his neck a little bit.
Yeah.
Because everything else,
Because the porch was right there, so it was like no light coming from that side.
I don't know,
love the bright colors.
I might have really cracked that one a little tight.
Okay, I wasn't sure about the house being there.
Yeah.
Like a vertical maybe. Well. Or
I don't know.
him to one side maybe.
Were you trying to lighten the entire picture or just spot? Because there is software that you can just put it on that spot and just very, very gently.
Yeah, I think I did it just his head. I'll try to do that.
Okay.
What would you use just to lighten up the back of his neck?
I use ancient stuff. I would use Nick.
Oh.
They have good software.
Mine you can do masking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little dodge and burn, in this case dodge, you know.
We're back to the
Oh,
airport thing.
I used that one to
Go blue.
because I was really fascinated with the U of M.
That was neat to have there. They were like so laid back.
Oh, yeah.
All the
Stop
pilots.
with the guys and say, what do you do with extra tall people? And he says, well, we lift this up and we put them in slowly and their feet disappear.
Wow.
That's an ambulance?
Oh.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh.
Orange on orange.
Those the same flowers?
yes, the other side of the
Okay.
plant.
I
Again.
recognize them.
Nice job.
Thank you.
You don't need to travel to get good pictures.
That is
I love that one.
cute.
I love those eyes.
You kind of almost want to hug him. He looks like so like,
Almost makes
I
you
need
think,
a hug.
well,
Is that-
thinking or old or.
Is that a lemur?
Yes. It's a-
Yeah, okay, that's,
There were 3 in the cage. This is at Potter Park. And there was one little one that was so wild. It was going from one end to the other and then back, and the adult would kind of reach out and it was evaded. Finally, this one was sitting like this, but Mama went over and sat down and it came by and she grabbed it and then she went into the sleeping platform and it followed her in, but every once in a while you could see its head stick up over the edge.
oh my
They were
gosh.
hilarious.
So funny. Mom was making
That's a beautiful shot.
Yes, it is. That was a winner no matter how you slice it.
you don't see something like that every day.
Ooh,
You haven't seen much of that lately.
Artistic.
that's cool.
Light painting.
Yeah.
Who's doing light painting?
Yeah,
That was you?
that was light painting a few years back at the Camera
Okay.
Club down in Florida.
Mm.
A lady who was doing it, she had a wand, well, stick. and she had those LEDs, different colors, and she just slowly walked and flipped it.
Was it changing color as you
No.
walked? No.
No, you just put your, well, I put the camera on slow speed, shutter speed, and that's why you have all those loops in
So you can't see her either, huh?
there. Yeah,
Everyone-
and the good thing too, she keeps moving, because if you would have stayed in one spot, if you leave it on too long, you'd have,
I can't believe it.
like,
Oh,
Plus, she was wearing black, I think.
oh, yeah, yeah, they usually do, yeah. Yeah, it's been about 5 years ago since we did light painting with Keith. I can't remember his last name.
Boy, it's been
It's been a while.
a while. Yeah.
Now, where is that?
Oregon coast.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh, I want to go there.
Do you travel a lot for photography or just take pictures while you're there?
We travel a lot because we want to take pictures.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
That's a good enough reason
We
to
try to
say.
do all the national parks and all that stuff.
Cool. Fun.
That's different.
That yours?
That's mine.
I like
I remember you had the orange vest on that day. Or the bright one.
Yeah.
Now, where is,
That is propeller hub.
pardon?
That is the propeller hub on a T6.
I was going to say, yeah, because I've done things like that, where I've got in front of them and done a selfie with my cell phone.
It's
It
like a
reminds me of the
reverse
beach in
fisheye.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah. That thing is tricky.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, something to play with.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All
Well,
the
yeah, that,
details around.
because that is not flat surface. It was kind of
Right.
like this. So you get a,
Nice distortion.
yeah. Yeah. And that does it. Bingo.
Cool.
So that was our meeting, and we'll come back in October and do the theme of water. See ya.